What is going on? Welcome to Grego's TV Daily. Hope you're having a fantastic day. As you know, yesterday was Google Pixel Day where they announced tons of new products. They announced, 4 phones, 2 watches, some buds, and it was a great day if you're a Pixel fan. There's a lot of good stuff that came out of it. Basically all the Pixel phones had a really nice big refresh in terms of specs. The Pixel Fold, the second generation of that, just has a completely new design, and then the watches are better, the buds are better, everything's better. Everything's a really good upgrade. But how does the Pixel 9 Pro XL compare to, say, something like a Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra? And I wanted to show off these specs and talk about these specs and determine, just on paper, which phone is looking like a better phone. Now, first of all, the Galaxy S24 Ultra is $200 more expensive, so keep that in mind, but also keep in mind that you can usually get it for less with trade-ins and deals going on. So even though you see both prices, there's almost always some kind of deal going on, so it's almost very rare that that's what exactly you will pay. So I just want to throw that out there. So first of all, the processors, Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 absolutely destroys the Tensor G4. It is like 3 times more powerful than the Tensor G4 processor in some benchmarks. And that's just raw benchmarks. And again, it doesn't always tell the full story. The Tensor, the Pixel phones, they run amazing on Pixel phones. Day-to-day operations is super smooth, super fast. It's really, when you get into gaming, high intense processes where you need that extra horsepower, and that's where the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 will shine. But day-to-day performance is basically about the same. You're not going to notice a lot of differences, but again, it's going to be some heavy tasks, and the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for the win. Dynamic AMOLED 2X versus Super AQUA displays. I haven't tried, obviously, the Pixel phones displays yet, so I can't say, hey, I like this one over the other one, but generally, if you're thinking about the past, I've still always liked Samsung displays better. They've always been, I like the colors better. I felt like they were brighter, and even though this one's gonna be brighter, as you can see, 3000 nits versus 2600 nits, we'll see if it actually feels like a difference, but for the quality of the display, I can't tell you, but the nits, obviously the Pixel 9 Pro taking the win at 3000 nits versus 2600 nits. A titanium frame versus aluminum frame. I'll be honest, I don't really care about either one, but titanium is quote unquote better than aluminum. The megapixels on the cameras, Samsung has a higher megapixel main camera at 200 versus 50. I've always liked the Pixel cameras a little bit better than Samsung cameras. So even though when I'm not trying these out, I'm gonna guess and say I like the Pixel cameras better, but again, I haven't tried it out. So regardless, you're gonna get good cameras on both. Camera, the battery, I should say, battery 5000 milliamp versus 5060 milliamp. That's about the same, but the Pixel takes the win with 60 milliamps more. RAM, look at that, Pixel throwing it down with 16 gigs of RAM versus 12 on the S24 Ultra. That's great for the extra RAM, for the longevity of the device, the longevity of the performance of the device, the longevity of keeping apps open before they need to close and tabs open before they need to refresh. There's a lot of great things for having extra RAM, and the Pixel takes the win right there. The displays, the Galaxy S24 has this amazing anti-reflective display. The Pixel 9 Pro does not have it. That anti-reflective display is really good with outdoor viewing. I hope more Samsung phones get it, and hope more phones in general get it. It's really, really nice with outdoor stuff. 256 gigabyte versus 128 gig on the base storage there. Obviously, you can get more storage on the Pixel in terms of getting all the way up to 1 terabyte, just like you can on the S24 Ultra. So I won't say that sucks, but keep in mind that, you can get the lower base storage, obviously comes at a lower price. So when you want to get 256, the price increases on the Pixel, brings it closer in line to the regular S24 Ultra, at least on the MSRP. But yeah, I wouldn't, storage is a wash. They both are maxed out at 1 terabyte. Gorilla Glass Armor versus Gorilla Glass Victus 2. The glass on these are amazing. But if you drop both, they're gonna break. I know these change every year and one's better than the other, but they just don't seem I still want a case. I still want something on there for protection, for the phones, the glass, all that stuff. So I'm not even gonna bother with saying this one's better than the other. S Pen versus not having an S Pen. Obviously, the Galaxy S24 Ultra has an S Pen, which is amazing to have that feature. And it's not even an option to have and do that on a Pixel phone. So the win for the Galaxy S24 Ultra. 7 years of updates on both, which is amazing. They both get the same 7 years of updates. Digital zoom, Galaxy takes it 100x versus 30x, but I have to admit, at about 30 to 50x is really the max of good quality before it starts getting overblown. 100x is great though. Still, you can see really, really far away. It's a good camera trick if you want to call it that. But yeah, that's really cool, and I'll have to give Samsung the win on that. Selfie camera, the Pixel takes the win, at least in megapixels, 42 versus 12. And again, we'll have to test it, but that's definitely a win. With the Pixel. 8K 30 frames per second video recording on both of these phones. Slow-mo, you can go up to 960 frames per second on the Galaxy side versus up to 240 on the Pixel side. It's pretty cool to go 960 frames per second, so you got to give the Galaxy the win on that. Galaxy AI versus Gemini AI. Gemini AI is going to have some extra features that'll probably honestly trickle down and over to the Galaxy AI part, but overall, it's hard to pick a winner on that one due to the fact that, again, Gemini AI has some extra features thrown in there, and then Galaxy AI has some stuff too, so it's hard to choose a winner. But overall, when I look at the specs for these phones, it's kind of, in some ways it's a wash because they both have the same feature. In some ways, the Galaxy's winning because it's more powerful, but then the Pixel has more RAM, and then the Galaxy has an anti-reflective display, and the Pixel has a brighter display. The Galaxy has an S Pen, the Pixel doesn't. The digital zoom's better. It's like this all day long in a lot of the categories overall. So whichever phone you're gonna choose, you're gonna be pretty happy. Your reasons you're gonna go with the Pixel though are gonna be for the camera, the basically instant updates as they push them out in terms of when the new versions of Android come out. You're gonna do it for the really clean, fast OS. You're gonna do it for the really, really bright display. And then on the Galaxy side, again, you're gonna do it for a bright display. You're gonna do it for an amazing performance on it, super powerful on that phone. You're gonna do it for good, solid cameras. They're not bad. You're gonna do it for tons of customization and great software tweaks and things like that. You're gonna do it for the S Pen. So either way, like I said, you're gonna be pretty happy. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Have a great day, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.